Hey everyone, this is Ben with Stringer Bridge Farm. I'm out here checking on our cows, and I see I got one cow that's showing some signs of not being too terribly far from calving. You can see she's starting to bag up, starting to look like she's getting close to calving, and that kind of reminded me of kind of the disaster of a calving season we're gonna have this year. Last year we had 2 or 3 kind of weird freak issues with bulls where I'd sold my mature Dexter bull because we were moving to some of the larger breeds. Had a deal fall through on the Hereford bull I was supposed to be getting, where the guy we'd basically come to an agreement, and kind of at the last minute the guy got cold feet. He tried to raise the price on the bull and got me all frustrated, and I struggled to find another Hereford bull that was what I wanted and within my price range. So we kind of messed around for a little while. The neighbor had an Angus bull. We tried him for a little while, but he turned out just to be insane. Then I had this little red bull right here. You can see he's a Hereford. I've kept intact. Nothing special, but we were going to use him, but he was too young at the time. He was only about 12 or 13 months old. He didn't really work out. He wasn't old enough. So I had a Dexter bull with him early. Then I had that Angus bull. Then I went and got this. He was only, I want to say, 17 months at the time. This little South Pole bull. I went and got him from a place in Amite, Louisiana, and he was a little young, but he looked like he settled on my cows. They were all cycling like crazy between all those other bulls, and it seemed like he got them all settled in a pretty decent amount of time. So he's still pretty young, but we're going to give him a little bit of time, and hopefully he turns into something we can keep for a few years. But at any rate, what that did is that kind of stretched out my calves. You can see I got all these calves that are very close in age from last year. My Dexter bull, I think we got them all within about 20 days of each other. And then this year, between them bulls, I think I saw cows settling into like August. So I'm gonna have everything from January to May or even June babies possibly, which is gonna be not fun for a few reasons. You know, the mature age kind of, it seems like it'd be nice. Oh, you have calves kind of spread out through the year, and it gives you 2 or 3 a month to butcher, and it seems nice on the back end. But in my experience, it's much better to have all your calves within a short window. It just makes it so much easier when you're going through and doing things like castrations. If you end up with bottle calves or anything, you can take them all at the same time and deal with them. You can do all your vaccinations at the same time. It just seems like it works out so much better to have all your calves at the same time or within a short window. So this year I'm not looking forward to these onesies, twosies all spread out over a 6-month period. So I guess we'll have to wait and see how it really works out, but fairly certain it's gonna be long and drawn out. So hopefully I have at least one good cluster where I get the majority of them maybe in that May time frame, which would line up with when we got this little South Pole bull right here. But yeah, on the back end, you know, they won't all be the same age finishing, but that's okay. It's a lot easier to hold, you know, a mostly finished steer an extra month, 2, 3, 4, even 6 months. That's much easier than having to deal with calves all spread out. But see that little bull, I'm guessing he's I don't know, 18, 19 months old now, and he's probably I don't know, 900 pounds, something like that if I had to guess. So I think he'll be all right. His sire was about 1,500 pounds. He's a nice looking South Pole. I don't think he's in the elite category for the breed, but you know, he fell within our budget and he was available when I really needed one. So But anyway, that was a hard lesson learned about bulls. You know, we have a small herd, definitely don't need more than one bull, but getting caught like that without a bull, how we needed them, I think I learned a pretty good lesson about keeping multiple bulls. So what I plan to do is I got the South Pole here. He's a registered South Pole. I've got that Hereford that I kept, which he's right back there. You kind of see him. So he's a few months younger, but he'll probably be old enough to breed some heifers maybe this summer if we decide to use them. But I'm going to keep them, so I've got a bull. And then for if I get some small half dexters, I actually kept a half dexter. I don't know if I'm going to end up leaving him intact or not, but I kept this guy. He was one of our better calves, at least at a young age. So I kept a couple intact, and he's still probably the best, but he's not anything special. But I think he may be enough for heifers if I need a real small frame bull. So we'll see. The South Pole stays small enough. You know, if he's less than 1,500 pounds, I think he can easily be our heifer bull. But if not, I'll have this half dexter that we could potentially use if we need to. But that would at least give me 3 bulls in the pen. So if I do get to a spot where something happens to one of my older bulls, at least I can breed my cows at the appropriate time. Because to me, you know, calving time is very important, because out of all the times in our cows' lives, I find that I'm sure it's everybody has the same thing, is lactation seems to be the hardest on them. You know, while they're pregnant, it's not too big of a deal. When they're dry, it's not, you know, their nutritional requirements aren't too high. But man, when they're lactating, it really puts a strain on their bodies. And I want my best grass under my cows while they're lactating. So I like to calve for us that puts it in that March, April, maybe even in the May time frame, and that lets those cows get 3 or 4 months of our very best grazing while their nutritional load is the highest. So anyway, that's kind of just a recap of like I said, I'm gonna call it my calving or my bull fiasco of 2022. So at some point we will get our calves this year. I think it's just really going to be spread out. So I've got that one that I showed you right off. You know, she looked really close. I think she may be within 2 or 3 weeks, and I don't see any that are bagging up real well. So you know, I'm guessing she got bred by that Angus bull. Any that are within, you know, a month or 2 after that, I'm gonna assume are from that little Hereford bull. And then I've got the dates written down, but when we get into that April-ish time frame, I think from there on it'll be all South Poles. A little South Pole Beefmaster cross. Nice looking little steer. I think he'll be all right. And then there's a look at that little Hereford bull. He's young, but like I said, I'm keeping him mainly as a backup. So he's not real long. He is pretty thick, but he doesn't have the length or anything of what I would call a top-end bull. But as a backup, I think he's a decent option. It's a little 2-year-old Dexter steer. Anyway, I guess that's enough for today. I'll catch you guys on the next one.